Oke, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Hasani Takwim. Today I will presenting a review on a paper. The title is Electrochemical Paper-Based Analytical Device (EPAD) using immobilized Prussian blue and antibodies for the diagnosis of leishmania. And this is the article. Next. This is the outline. The first is introduction and clinical urgency. Working principle of the EPAT biosensor, paper preparation and surface modification, biomarker target and clinical relevance, analytical performance and electrochemical response, selectivity and clinical validation, comparison with other biosensor, future perspective, and the last is conclusion. Next, in the first, this is introduction and clinical urgency. Leishmania is a neglect tropical disease caused by Leishmania sp. This is you can see the Leishmania sp. uh, and transmit through the bed of sandflies. This is the sandflies, and this is the effect of the Leishmania sp. in human. Global cases are approximately 1 million per year. And then conventional diagnostic methods with ELISA, PCR, and Western blot. There are expensive and require specialization laboratories, time consuming, and difficult to perform in the field. Furthermore, the urgency of clinical is rapid, inexpensive, portable methods that can be used in areas with limited resources. Then this is the working principle of EPAT biosensor. The EPAD is a sandwich-type immunocyte. It consists of a capture antibody, a target antigen. This is the peptide of Leishmania amazoensis, HRP label detection antibody. Then the Prussian blue, or PB, is a redox mediator that amplifies the electrochemical response. Detection is performed using multiple pulse amperometry or MPA on a screen print carbon electrode. From this CPAT biosensor, the reaction is HRP with peroxide. They uh, produce water and oxygen. The redox reaction is measurable electrical current sign. Next, this is the scheme of paper preparation and modification. The fabrication involves key steps. The first is filter paper is cut into 1 centimeter circles and impregnation with Prussian blue. Soak in a solution of FeCl3 and K4 FeCN6 assisted by an ultrasonic bath to allow Prussian blue to adhere to the cold cellulose fibers. Cleaning and drying. Wash with NaCl and twin 20. Then dried at 60 Celsius for 12 hours. Activated and immobilization is in e-figures. Carboxyl groups are activated and using EDC or NHS to covalently bind the antibody and HRP. The immunocyte construction is a step-by-step process. The first is surface activation, and the B is immobilization of capture antibody, or AB1, blocking of non-specific area with BSE. And in D and E, this is the addition of Leishmania amazoensis peptide antigen. The addition of HRP labeled secondary antibody. And this is the electrochemical detection. reaction of peroxide with HRP is the current change. Biomarker target and clinical relevance. The target biomarker is antigen-specific peptide from Leishmania amazoensis. Clinical relevance, this is an indicator of infection causing cutaneous and visceral leishmaniasis. This can be used on human serum samples. And then enable rapid and accurate diagnosis without the need for a complex laboratory facility. And then this is the characterization with SAM. On figure 3, uh, A, B, C, this is the original paper without modification. This is the fiber structure clearly visible from cutting 1 centimeter in the and then the DEF, this is the paper after impregnation with PB. From the image, the cube-shaped PB particles among 200 nanometer are visible. And E and G, this is the after antibody immobilization. The antibody agglomerate are visible. After access is 505 plus minus 171 nanometer. Then the advantage and limitation of the EPAD method. If you know the advantage from EPAD, this is the inexpensive and easy to manufacture disposable paper substrate. And then they are portable, environmentally friendly, and suitable for point of care use. And the sensitivity is high and good in selectivity because the RSD is 5.12%. Then no specific technical training required. And from this, this is the easy to use. The limitation is qualitative, not quantitative. So from this method, we can provide antigen concentration, not reusable, and requires control of sample matrix interference. This is the electrochemical response. The cyclic voltammetry, this is voltammetry and amperometric data show clear current difference. This is from blank, control, and antigen detection. Blank is in black, stripe. And this, you can see in that. And red is the detection, and blue is the control. Okay, the current disease after antigen binding due to HRP consuming peroxide. This indicated information of antigen antibody complex on sensor surface. From this figure, this is confirms sensitivity and responsible detection. SRD 5.12%. Selectivity and human sample. The EPAD saw excellent selectivity for Leishmania antigen with a strong signal only for a positive sample and negligible response to negative like yellow fever virus disease and negative serum. Statistical analysis confirm a significant separation between groups, validating its diagnostic reliability for a human serum. This is the strong current response for sample only. and statistic types of clinical burden, and the P is under 0.05. This confirm diagnostic reliability for human serum analysis. This is the comparison of biosensor for Leishmania detection. This work is not the first detection for Leishmania. There are comparison between biosensor applied for detection of Leishmania. There are NP-SPE or GOAT SPE and etc. The summarized electrochemical biosensor report for Leishmania detection. List electrode, the type, technique, target sample, and selectivity. The IPAD on this work use multiple pulse amperometry or MPA and peptide antigen from Leishmania amazonensis. Sample analysis from human blood serum. This was of high selectivity, low cost, and simple fabrication. Outperforms other sensor using A1PS, QDS, or AES in practicality and accessibility. Okay, this is the potential future application. The IPAD platform can be developed for various other infection disease. There are dengue from mosquito, Zika, tuberculosis, HIV, and etc. It can be integrated with smartphone or IoT device for digital reading of result. It has potential for rapid screening in village, clinics, community health center, or disaster area. It can be adapted to different target antibodies, uh, and the conclusion is a universal biosensor platform, which is can be upgraded. The support equitable distribution of the zoonotic service and control of tropical disease. And this method can be used in tropical country like Indonesia. The conclusion is the IPAD offers a reliable and practical approach for rapid disease diagnosis. There are combined simplicity, affordability, and sensitivity in one portable device. Demonstrates strong potential for clinical use in a resource-limited area. This is from and in this work we can know that from this work mm, we can because there are the qualitative and we can the yes, this is the first information we can know about the method. Okay, serves as a foundation for future biosensor innovation in tropical disease detection. And then this is the reference from the article and from our doctor, EDN Times, and AI Care. Thank you very much for your attention. And this is the quote, advancing accessibility diagnostic today means saving more lives tomorrow. And we also know that the disease in our world is so complicated, and this work is good for advancing in clinical and analysis detection. Thank you very much. I'm sorry if any wrong word from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.